everyone. Thanks for finding my channel, Arkytior Collective. I try to read the energies that are prominent in the collective and tell the story that the cards want to tell. Not all messages will resonate for every person, so if it sounds like it's for you, but like the next message doesn't, then leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. I intend for my readings to be timeless, so whenever you find them is when you're meant to. Okay, I hope I find everyone well after that eclipse that hit us like a ton of bricks. All hell broke loose. Many of us in the sensitive collective were feeling like the veil broke open and all hell broke loose. So we're going to address that right after we clear our space and center and call in our protections. Take a deep breath and breathe out. We ask all positive energies to attend us and guide us to the messages that fulfill our highest good. Guides, ancestors, patrons, angels, archangels, and source, please come forward and be with me. Michael, guard the corners. Gabriel, make the messages clear and useful. Metatron, be present to protect the seekers and deliverers of the divine's communications. Okay, let's get to the eclipse real quick. So, the new moon in Scorpio earlier this month was still affecting us all when the full moon eclipse in Taurus hit us last night. So I'm sure other sensitives felt the effects in different ways. Some of us were weepy, some of us were sleepy, some of us were panicky. I mean, it turned us into Snow White psychic dwarves. Weepy, sleepy, dreamy, and horny. Many of us faced losses. I know 3 people who had lost loved ones this week, and we lost our beloved cat Manny. I chalked it up to Scorpio energy taking a final bow and using the cover of the eclipse to exit like a boss. Taurus being a sign of home and its provisions and environment, I figured the eclipse would bring issues in that area, but besides the Wi-Fi going out today and the plumber fixing the sink, I mean, we skated through that pretty well. The thing we need to remember is that eclipse energy isn't just limited to the day of the event, okay? It is a portal. There's a lunar and a solar. They come in pairs. It's always paired with a second solar eclipse a month later in its opposite sign. And in this case, at the end of this cycle, on December 4th, there will be a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. That's the opposite sign to Taurus. I'm not going to really go into depth on the channel proper about this, but we'll just get to the cards and see what this current eclipse portal is going to force us to tackle. So what we're going to do is I created a spread. I might name it the eclipse spread, but maybe just as astrology spread proper. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay cards for the positions of the planets. I mean, not the current positions, but a card for every planet. And we're going to see what that planet's energies, how they're going to play. More importantly, what I'm aiming for with this spread is to get a little insight on what area of life and what energies we're going to be working in with each planet in that position during the eclipse portal. I don't know if I explained that right. Let's just lay out the spread and see what energy these planets want us to deal with. So I'm going to use Oda-Mae for this. Everyone knows Oda-Mae. She's my no-chill deck. She likes to make people cry. Okay. Oh, I suppose I should try to find out where everything is, but let me see. That might help. Bottom on the pre-shuffle is the Page of Pentacles. This might have to do with a message about money. So let me just real quick check the positions here and we'll figure this out. This is my first time doing this spread with this intention, so it might be a little wonky. We'll see how this goes. Okay. So let's see here. All right. Okay. Let me just find where everybody is. Okay. Why does this still say that? I probably will pause real quick so I can get the right chart, and then I will come right back. Okay, I've got the chart here. So, oh, here, we popped one already. This is for the sun position. We've got sun in Scorpio, and we dropped the Empress. I'm going to lay them all out, and then we'll discuss what all the positionings mean. Empress, that's a really good energy to be in Scorpio. Yeah, I hear it too. I'm supposed to reiterate that some pregnancies. Everybody wrap them up. Double up on your birth control. There's going to be pregnancies all over the place. Okay? I'm not lying. So we've got the moon is the next position, and the moon right now has moved out of Taurus after the eclipse last night, and it's now actually 5 degrees into Gemini. So moon in Gemini. What positions, Oda-Mae? What energies are we working with the moon in Gemini? Oh, that's way too many. Are you kidding me? Oof, I don't think so. We'll take this one. The Three of Cups. So this is like getting together with friends. I like that. This is the girls, like girls' night, getting together with friends. It can also be reunions with old friends, reconciliations with friends you may have had falling out with. Happy times with the friend group, the squad. Let's see, we've got Mercury in Scorpio. Let's see, let me ponder that one a minute. Not retrograde, direct finally in Scorpio. Okay, so what I always get with Mercury in Scorpio is the horny people are going to be very vocal about it, because Mercury is the planet of communication and speaking and talking and information exchange and everything like that. And in Scorpio, the sexy, sultry scorpion sign, it's very watery, and I'm not going to say it. Everyone knows I hate that M word, talking about watery things. So let's get Mercury in Scorpio. Oda, what energies are we working with? With Mercury in Scorpio, what do we need to address this cycle? I'll take it. The High Priestess. Ooh, see, it's telling us to shut up about it. That's such an opposite energy to have for this placement, because Mercury is very vocal, very communicative. It's very probing, phrasing. It's very analytical. It's very expressive. But the High Priestess, she is silent about her knowledge. See the scroll that she holds? I always say it's because she's got the receipts. She knows what she knows, and she ain't got to say shit about it, because she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. So we'll keep going. We've got Venus in Capricorn. So I'll address that briefly. Venus and Mars have been doing this dance this year. And it feels like they keep missing each other, because Mars so Mars is the god of war, Aries, right? Not the sign Aries, the god Aries. Does it rule Aries? Oh, it does, doesn't it? So in mythology, Venus, who is Aphrodite, and Ares, the god of war, were constantly affairing. Okay, even though she was a married goddess, she was married to Hephaestus the smith, but by God standards, he was ugly. So she kept going off with her playboy Ares. You know, what's a girl to do? You know, he's a bad boy. He's fiery and he's passionate and he likes to fight. Probably has a goatee, you know, probably kind of dirty. Probably rides a motorcycle. I don't know, maybe he has tattoos, you know, but they've been playing cat and mouse this year. And Mars is now in Scorpio, where he in ancient times, Mars ruled Scorpio. Now Pluto does. But Mars was a co-ruler of Scorpio. Venus is in Capricorn. She was in Sagittarius. Before that, she was in Libra. But it felt like she was on a journey. You know, she's on a journey. And Mars kept looking for her, but they kept missing each other. Like when Mars was in Libra, Venus was in Scorpio. So they were like in each other's houses, but they couldn't find each other. Well, she just got out of a cycle where she was visiting with Sagittarius. And Sagittarius probably charmed the pants off her. And she was in trouble for a little bit. And now she's in Capricorn, where it's like she did her walk of shame, went home, and now she's got, you know, housework to take care of, and she's got work in the morning, and she's got these mundane earthly 3D things to take care of after she gallivanted with horny Sagittarius and his hoarseness. Believe me, I can't blame her. And as a Libra who's ruled by Venus, um, I can't say that I blame the girl for hanging out in the Playboy's house, being fed good wine, and getting into trouble. But now she's got real world things to take care of. Now she's got to face her consequences. She's got to take her Uber ride of shame and go home to Capricorn. Capricorn is a sign of work and career and responsibilities and obstacles, and it's like she's not like she's paying the price for her dalliance, but she's just she went out looking for her lover. She found a different lover, and now she's stumbling her ass home to take care of things in the career front. So, Oda-Mae, what energies are we looking at with Venus in Capricorn? No, that's too many. Ooh, are you serious? That's too many. Two of Cups made a peak, so we'll keep that in mind. Oh, who's this? Ah, walking away card. 8 of Cups. Damn, I should have taken the 2, right? It looks like she got home and saw a mess and was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. She's like, I'm going back out. I'm going back by Sagittarius where it's fun, and I'm not dealing with this. Mars is moping in Scorpio because he couldn't find Venus, so now he went back home to his old house, which is Scorpio, which he previously ruled. Oda-Mae, Spirit, what energies are we dealing with Mars in Scorpio? All right, take that one. The 4 of Pentacles, he's being very guarded. I feel like he's being very, very guarded. I feel like Mars energy is salty. That's the word I heard. He's salty. Jupiter in Aquarius. Direct, finally. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, I believe. He's the god, he's Zeus. He's the god of good times, gambling, luck, expansion, acceptance, all those good things. So we have that in Aquarius, which is the sign of the community and people in the large groups, like society in general, the community, the family, the larger family, the human family, um, friend groups. Um, Gosh, what's that other one? Like big groups, people in groups. So let's see what Jupiter in Aquarius energy is bringing. Damn. Thanks, Oda. Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, that's a good one. That's new opportunities in money. This is tangible things that you can hold, assets that you can gain. Yes, money because it's a coin, but the coin is just a symbol of wealth, and anything can be your wealth. Even love can be your wealth if you feel that that is what makes you rich, right? Family, but it's usually physical abundance. Maybe not even abundance, just like having enough, because it is a one pentacle. It's just the ace. It's a new beginning, a new possibility for something new in this area. With Jupiter in Aquarius, this might have something to do with, I want to say society and community. So we'll get clarification on that as we go. So now we have Saturn in Aquarius, also direct. These two energies are butting heads. And one is growth and progress, which is Jupiter, and one is maintaining the status quo and restriction, which is Saturn. And I mean, you can see that playing out if you just watch the news for 5 minutes, So, what energies are we dealing with, Oda-Mae, with Saturn in Aquarius? The King of Cups. People are keeping their emotions close to their chest. People are, I heard, riled up. But I don't think that's the right one to... No. I'll come back. Let's just get these all laid out and then we can go through it. So then now, the outer planets, they all move very slowly. We've got Uranus still retrograde in Taurus. Uranus is the planet that spins sideways. It represents revolution and upheaval, but good upheaval. It's like digging out the weeds in a garden that's been overcome with things that are trying to choke it out. You ripping all that up. Uranian energy is very, what's the word? It goes against the status quo. So we've got Saturn in Aquarius trying to keep the status quo, and we've got Uranus and Taurus trying to upheave things. So let's, Oda-Mae, what energies are we looking at with Uranus and Taurus, please? Retrograde. Oof, that's too many. Card vomit. No way. Uranus retrograde in Taurus, please. Oda-Mae, what are we looking at? That's too many. That's fine. We've got the King of Swords. Truth. Truth, justice, cutting away bullshit. This feels very eclipse energy because what an eclipse does is, like with the lunar eclipse, the Earth moved between the moon and the sun, and the moon's shadow was deepened, actually. So the moon illuminates what the sun does not. I know that sounds weird, but it's like a night light in the dark, whereas the sun is the all the lights in the house are on, right? When all the lights in the house are on, you can see everything. But there are some things that you can't see when the lights are on, if that makes any sense. So when we turn all the lights off and then put on a night light, things look different in that kind of light. But when the moon even goes out, we're faced with sitting in the dark. And in this case, sitting in the dark was sitting in our own thoughts, trying to figure out what's true in the dark, right? I'm telling you, the sensitives last night were going crazy because it felt like the veil had opened again. You know, the veil always gets thin and opens around Samhain, around Halloween, and that's when, you know, the spirit world can interact with the living and all that good stuff. This felt like that, but kicked up to 100. And with, what is this here? Saturn? Uranus? Uranus and Taurus. Okay. Neptune is next. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. It actually rules Pisces, so it feels like it's kind of taking a nap, which is good. That's fine. Let it take a nap, because Neptunian energy is really heavy, deep energy. Neptune is the god of the sea, the deep, deep, deep ocean. The ocean's so deep that it's crushing. So this is dealing with intuition. I described it. Okay, so Neptune rules Pisces. Like I said, it's in Pisces, but Pisces is water that is so deep and so removed from the physical world that it almost leads us back into source. And those feelings that deep feel like a whole different world. That's why nobody can go down there very long, ocean-wise or emotion-wise. So Oda-Mae, what energies are we working with Neptune retrograde in Pisces, please? We've got the 10 of Swords. All right. Let go of the end. Let go. It's done. Let go. And last is Pluto in Capricorn. So Pluto rules Scorpio. It's the god of death and the underworld. And right now it's in Capricorn. Capricorn, my rising sign. Earth energy, very very studious, very proper, very responsible. And we've got Pluto there. I feel like this is something might come to light or something might end in like a job situation, or there might be just change. So what changes? That one wanted to. Oh, I don't want to take it. This is restriction. Change it. Okay, an end to restriction, maybe? We've got the 3 of Swords. I don't like that. Disappear. No. So I'm going to do the same thing that I do for the regular collective read. I'm going to pause it and consider everything. And because I know nobody's going to want to sit here and watch me stare at these cards and hem and haw and sigh for 20 minutes. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to get the lay of the land and then I'll come right back. Okay, I'm back. I actually just had to take a breather because the incense gave me a headache. I couldn't think. So let's see, we've got Sun in Scorpio, and on that we've got the Empress. So Empress energy is abundance and things coming to fruition, things that this energy, the Empress energy, brought forth with her own work. But it is also fertility and home and intimacy and things like that. So there has been a warning going out actually for the past couple months, maybe for the past 6 months or so, about pregnancies right now. So maybe that's just it. That's straightforward. Just in Scorpio, we've got the moon in Gemini and the Three of Cups. So Gemini is the baby earth sign, baby air sign, the first of the air signs. It's communication with themselves. It's like how they think, how they view the world, how they process information. It's the first of the communication signs. Gemini is ruled by Mercury and shares Mercury actually with Virgo for now. Communication, yeah. With the moon, it's softer. So maybe all our Gemini friends and family who are usually very quick to sound off, maybe will have that subdued a little bit because the moon is softer energy. It's intuitive. So there may be intuition going around in the friend group. I don't get secrets from this because that's more Scorpio energy. This is just plain communicating from the heart, and it's the card that dropped was the Three of Cups, which is the card of partying, reconciliation, and reunions and get-togethers. And with the holidays coming, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe this is saying that when there are get-togethers with the family, mind your mouth and protect your heart, because there may be triggers, especially with the news that's happening right now, and there's going to be maybe some differing of opinions. We'll put it nicely, since we're, on the YouTubes. We don't want to get too political. Gemini, though, their mouth will just jump, and it's funny because everyone says they want a fire sign on their sides when they have to get into a fight. I want a Gemini. I want Gemini with me if I need to get into a fight, because once they get whipped up into a frenzy, not only will they fight with fists, they will fight with words, and they will make you cry. And I actually kind of like that energy. I've known a few Gemini where, man, their insults are like master roasts, and I respect that. So I really want people to remember that the transit energy, which is what we're doing right now, how the planets move through and transit through the signs, it's temporary. It's temporary. So please, you don't want to say something that you're going to regret. But also, you don't want to pull your truth either. You know what I mean? So try to walk a balance between expressing yourself and telling people to go fuck themselves, okay? There, one swear slipped through. I swear, I stutter, I sing, so I can be a hot mess, and my readings can be a hot mess, so bear with me, and if you can vibe with hot mess, then I'm your girl. But I just want people to understand that I swear. So then we have Jupiter. No, here, we'll start up here. Sun, Moon, Mercury in Scorpio. That's where... I always joke about this because I have this placement in my natal chart, but Mercury is stationary going into retrograde, which means it's stuck. Mercury being the planet of communication and information exchange and stuff, but mine being in Scorpio, I always describe it as I'm horny, but I can't talk about it. And I think that's what people are coming into right now. But since Mercury is direct this time, it's like people are being very expressive about their, um, how can I say this? Malia, earmuffs. This one's not for you. Go watch cartoons. People are being very expressive in areas that are transformative. Death, sex, and money. Also enemies. Also secrets. So we have the High Priestess, which gives me the feeling that secrets will come to light, but shh, be quiet about it. Don't play your hand. If you find out somebody's talking shit about you, let it simmer, okay? Moon in Gemini, getting all emotional and wanting to jump off and fight right away. Don't do that. Grace and poise, right? Grace and poise. Calm. Calmas las tetas. That's what she's saying. So, Mercury in Scorpio. And then we have Venus in Capricorn. So, what I saw earlier was Venus can be a drama queen. Let's not get anything twisted, okay? Sorry, Libras, but yeah, we can, you know, we can be pretty extra. And Venus is always very extra. She's well, I mean, what can you do? She loves the bad boys, right? What are you gonna do about it? You can't do shit. Her and Aries, the god of war, were constantly meeting up for trysts and affairs and getting into trouble, and that's where the phrase all is fair in love and war, which is Venus and Aries. So Venus here is in Capricorn, and what I heard earlier was make mature, responsible decisions. And Capricorn is always doing that. Always look, be responsible, be mature about this. That's Capricorn energy. With decision making, that's Venus energy. So make mature, responsible decisions. In this case, with the Eight of Cups here, I believe it's saying two things, and you'll know where you fall in the collective when I say these two things. Either make the decision to walk away, or don't be so hasty. And we'll get clarifiers on this, so we'll figure out which one's which in the collective right now. Right now, we're just getting a lay of the land. And the lay of the land is there is a walking away. They took in this card, you can't see that he's actually holding another cup, because it looks like he's holding a walking stick. But what he's holding close to his chest, which will bring us to the Four of Pentacles in a moment, what he's holding close to his chest is one of those cups. See the empty space there? He took his cup and he said, fuck this shit, I'm out. So I think that's what Venus in Capricorn is dealing with. It's like there's choices here, I want to say in career, in mature things, in mundane things, there's a choice here. Do you stay and put up with the bullshit? This could be career-wise. Or do you take your cup and go? And some people don't like to do that because it feels very much like we're picking up our ball and going home. Like, screw you guys, I'm going home. But, I mean, sometimes that's all you can do is a hard reboot. It's, when change won't come slowly, like if you try to make slow changes to improve something and nothing's working, there's no shame in just hitting cancel and starting over. And I think that's what this is telling us here, is that there's going to be the opportunity for walking away. And if you look at the moon up here with the sun in front of it, that's eclipse energy. So that's like happening right now and into the next cycle. So right now, we're going to be presented with the opportunity to walk away from a situation that has to do with love in work, maybe, or love is work. I heard it's too much. Yeah, Capricorn energy is pretty, it's strong energy because its ruler is Saturn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the planet of restriction and deadlines, and it's called the taskmaster because it keeps you on task, you know, and sometimes that can be really restrictive energy. It's also father energy to me, even though I think some readers give that to Leo. Because if the moon is mother energy, then the sun would be father energy. The sun rules Leo. But I give it to Capricorn because that's the daddy you want, you know, the one that works hard and provides and everything. So this could have to do with provisions, abundance, reputation, I heard. So somebody may get their reputation tarnished a little bit. Venus is going to be dramatic about it because she is the drama queen of the zodiac, and somebody's going to pick up their cup and walk away. Then we have Mars. We've got Mars in Scorpio. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Remember what I said about Mercury in Scorpio? We're going to talk about it. Mars is the planet of power and passion for good or bad. There's great passion, of course, sexual passion. There's passion for an idea. There's passion for, oh, what did I just hear? Say that again. A grand idea. Passion for a grand idea. And with the Four of Pentacles, this is the miser. Ooh. Darn chair. This is the miser. He keeps things close to his chest. He's got two pentacles under his feet. He's got the pentacle protecting his crown chakra, and he's holding the pentacle over his heart. If we think of this as the Ace of Pentacles over his heart, this could be that he's protecting the thought of trying to find a new love opportunity, but it's in the pentacle arena, which is like 3D stuff. Like, again, money, job, the home, but the comfort of the home, the physical things in the home that make it comfortable, like the heat working, or stocking up on groceries, things like that. I always get that Taurus energy. So with Mars in Scorpio, I feel like people are going to be holding back on physical expression. That's how I can say it. Because Mars is very dynamic, and to put that in its ruling, to put that in Scorpio, oof, pregnant. I'm telling you, that's why the Empress is here. Somebody's getting knocked up, boy or girl. That's how powerful the energy is right now. I wouldn't put it past anybody to get knocked up right now. So with this Four of Pentacles, maybe people are kind of keeping it in their pants a little bit. All right, I'm starting to see with these three, there's a story here. I'm going to continue, though. I'm not going to stop. And now we have Jupiter in Aquarius, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles on it. Let me think. I know I actually considered all this earlier, but because the incense gave me a headache, I kind of forgot some of it. So the Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity. Usually for me, the aces are divine gifts or divine beginnings. It's like a reset. It's like, okay, so like when the Fool starts out on his journey, he's got one of every suit. Just one. One pentacle, one wand, one sword, one cup. Just the basics. So I feel like there is an opportunity in something in the 3D where you're getting like a little breadcrumb, but it's a good breadcrumb. It's like a seed, like Jack and the Beanstalk had beans, like one bean, maybe three. In some stories, it was five beans, but it was all he had, and he planted it and just hoped for the best, you know? So I feel like with Jupiter in Aquarius, Aquarius is an expansive sign, it's lofty. Aquarians are very intellectual, they're very concerned with groups of people, like justice. Like they're a higher vibration of Libra. Libra wants to fight for justice, but a lot of times they'll fight for the little guy. Okay, Aquarians are the same kind of energy where they'll fight for truth and equality, but on larger scales, on grander scales. People in large groups. I feel like some in the collective will find new opportunities for career or wealth coming in by dealing with people and groups. Try like the internet, you know, like maybe jobs, but using the internet. I mean, what did we find out in quarantine? We all fucking love staying home, don't we? So I feel like um Jupiter being an expansive energy, it rules Sagittarius, so it's luck, it's money, it's joy, it's playfulness, it's acceptance. It's really looking like the populace in general is looking for new ways to make money, and the internet is probably going to play into that. Girls, go get your OnlyFans. Woof. I'm telling you, there's money out there. Socks and undies, and I mean, there's money to be had out there. And it's cool because Aquarius is technically ruled by Uranus, which is the planet that spins sideways, which brings in ideas that are revolutionary. And certainly using the internet to make money, as opposed to the generations before us who would go out and have to work outside of the home, exclusively outside of the home. That is a revolutionary idea, to stay at home and use the internet to make enough money to give provisions for, a comfortable home. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. But we also down here have Saturn in Aquarius. And Saturn in Aquarius is a restrictive energy from the status quo, which we're seeing right now. Um, Let me try to choose my words, Moon in Gemini, so that I can say this without saying it bitchy. The old fashioned white regime needs to go. Let's just put it that way. This, we have the King of Cups. I'm notoriously bad with the court cards. But for what we always say about the King of Cups is that he loves deep. Look at his throne is on the water. King of Cups I give to Pisces. He's the older of the water signs. I give the King and Queen to Pisces. Look at this water. It's not calm water. It's deep and it's volatile. It's alive. It's living water, living emotion, living deep intuition, living it. It's I feel like he's the unofficial match to the High Priestess because she keeps things close to her chest. She has great knowledge, but she keeps it to herself. The King of Cups has great love, but he keeps it to himself. I'm not sure if it's because he's been hurt and he's just being cautious, or if he's being smart. Because see him looking off at whoever is coming towards him? He's got the cup of love and the staff of authority. I feel like people are being very guarded about things that make them emotional with this Saturn in Aquarius. I feel like this, since it's larger energy, Saturn's one of the generational planets. The outer planets move slower. Their energy lasts longer and affects a larger group of people. This feels like heartache because of the status quo. This feels like being stuck and not being able to express how you feel about what you see around you and the restrictions that are around us in the community at large. I hope that made sense. That I tried to include all three energies: the cup, the card, and the planet and the sign. We have Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is the first of the earth signs. It has to do with the home. While Cancer has to do with the home that you grew up in, Taurus has to do with the basic provisioning of the home that you live in, that you choose, that you make for yourself. The King of Swords here is the King of Truth and Justice. And so there's going to be some things coming to light about changes in the home. Okay, so earlier, like way earlier, like a month ago, I was talking about Uranus and Taurus, and this kind of goes along with the Jupiter in Aquarius, like using the internet to make money. Uranus and Taurus, Taurus being the home, Uranus being a planet of change. I feel like this is energy where you're going to be rearranging the home to accommodate work being there too, not just family and downtime. So we're moving things more into the home, and there's going to be some, I don't want to say upheaval. Well, it might be upheaval for some people, but there's going to be changes in the way we organize from our home, because now that we know we don't just live there and play at home. Now we're starting more of us to be working from home too. There's going to be some enlightenment coming out about how to do that. I think people are going to start having really good ideas on how to work from home. And then we have Neptune in Pisces. Neptune rules Pisces. It's retrograde in Pisces. I feel like Pisces energy, like I said before, that deep intuition. Intuition so deep that if we delved far enough into it, we could tap back into source. But because it's so far removed from the 3D and from the world that we need to interact in the waking hours, nobody delves that far. Because you can, how am I supposed to say this? Some people who stray too far and too deep don't come back. I'm not saying they die. I'm saying once you emotionally experience the deep intuition that Pisces rules, you're not the same. And here we have the Ten of Swords. Yes, it looks terrible. It's suffering. The sky is black. That's what happens during an eclipse. The sky turns black. But the tens are always endings. So this is confirmation that this has ended a extremely hard cycle. And because they're swords, this is all about thought and communication, information, mostly thoughts. A lot of people just boil it down to the idea that these are thoughts, your own thoughts, thoughts that you allowed to pierce you and bring you low. There's an ending to that. This is done. And that's beautiful energy. So many people see these tens like the 10 of wands is a burden. The 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles are all happy endings, but they're still endings. It's an ending of a journey. And here with Neptune and Pisces, there's this end to a very hard cycle. I feel like this is shadow work energy. Some of us in the collective are ending the shadow work cycle. Others are just beginning. And we see that with the Three of Swords. Pluto in Capricorn. Yeah, there's an ending to the status quo, and a lot of people are butthurt about it. I think that there's going to be a lot of changes in how people see work and career and what makes you wealthy, you know, and what makes your reputation. But with Pluto here being the god of the underworld, there's death. This is death. I heard death to the status quo. And change always brings hardship and what's the word I've just heard? Adjustment. But it also can bring heartbreak. There might be another message here. I gotta think. No, yeah, that's what I'm getting. A change in reputation. A change in reputation that brings heartache. What? Okay, so let's get clarifiers on these, okay? And we will do the what deck should I do? Hold on, because I think they're trying to talk me into my theme deck. But I don't see how that would play. All right, we'll do three then. We'll maybe do 3 layers because we're coming up on an hour already, and this was only supposed to be a half-hour read. So we'll do the Gilded on top of this, and then maybe get to the theme deck because the theme deck is just silly. It was just something I put together because I needed a creative outlet. So can we clarify, please, the Sun in Scorpio with the Empress? Clarify the Empress. Clarify the Empress, please. Whoa. The 5 of Wands. Oh. That's conflict. Somebody is not happy about this Empress being an Empress. I heard someone is not happy with this Empress becoming an empowered individual. It's causing conflict. So I feel like there's feminines out there who are standing up and coming into their Empress energy and saying, fuck you, I won't do what you told me. And I'm working for myself now. And I've got all my shit in a row, and you know, I'm even gonna have this baby by myself. That's not for everybody. And it's like, oh, you think so, huh? Now we're gonna fight about it. Conflict on top of this Empress coming into her own. Can we get clarification on the Three of Cups, Moon and Gemini? Oop, no, that's too many. Confirmation, no. Clarify and elaborate the Three of Cups, please. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. That's work. Okay, so this is like new relationships forming through work. Okay? So this is I heard nepotism, but it doesn't have to be just that. Technically, nepotism is family, but it can be friends too. Like going to work with friends. I also heard this friend group is hard work. These connections are hard work. I heard celebrating my work. So it's like I heard, hey, I got this published. Let's go celebrate. Stuff like that. Or I'm done with this work cycle. Let's go celebrate. Or, hey, my friend's coming to work with me. Let's celebrate. This could be work with friends or work through friends. Also, like somebody bringing in a hookup. Not a hookup, but like, hey, I heard you know how to make this, and I've got my church group wants 100 of them. Do you think you can whip those out for us? And he gets hard at work, and that brings in money. See, Uranus, the planet of different crap, I lost it. Revolutionary thinking, different ways of making money. This could come through relationships, friendships, instead of typical. Oh, I'm blocked. We'll go to the Ace of Pentacles for in Jupiter and Aquarius. Can you clarify the Ace of Pentacles, please, for the Jupiter and Aquarius energy? Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Cups. Let's see. No. I heard romance in the workplace. I heard this money comes along with a knight. And the Knight of Cups is an offer of love. It's a good offer. So this could even be like I heard merging finances with this knight. With the cups is a water sign. The knights would be Scorpio. So this person could have Scorpio in their chart or be Scorpio proper. That's interesting. Let me consider just real quick. I feel like this is saying this new status there's status upgrade with this knight coming in with his cup of love, right? And remember, gender ain't shit. This could be a feminine being in her knight energy. It's like coming in saying, hey, um, let's move in together. Yeah. I was just talking about this with somebody on Facebook, how to afford a house nowadays, people got to be poly. 6 working adults be in the same house to afford anything. I feel like this is a lesser version of that. This is like, let's boo up and so we can pay rent. That also came out in Facebook. Let's boo up so we can pay rent. Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. Let's clarify Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius, please, with the King of Cups. The King of Cups loves, but he loves quietly. So clarify, please, the King of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, which is a student. Or do they give that to the Page of Wands? Like I said, I'm notoriously bad with the court cards. Usually they say the Page of Swords is spying. A spy. A spy on the King of Cups. Interesting. It also can be a message, because all the pages are messengers, but what they really are is they announce the coming of the knight, right? Like when a knight goes out and wants to approach a king's castle, he sends his squire to say that, you know, my liege is coming or whatever. So it's like this Page of Swords on top of the King of Cups is coming in with truth, because the swords are all truth. But his sword is lowered. So it's not like he's lowering the truth, it's just he's lowering his he's not being assertive about it, he's being receptive, I believe. This might be I just got wicked deja vu. This might be a message that a king is coming. Okay? A King of Cups is coming, and he may be the one coming with this offer to boo up. I'm sure there's other messages. I'm sure when I watch this back, I'm going to be like, I totally missed something really big. But this is just what's speaking loudest at the moment. That's what you have to remember about the readings if you watch them. Other readings also, it's what's speaking loudest to the reader at the moment. But you always have to try to remember, if you get messages from these combinations that I don't, that's for you. So take those over mine, because I'm reading for the collective proper. If you see something in these cards that pertains to you, but I don't say it, go with that. Go with yours. Okay, right now, the energy I'm reading is and it's interesting that a lot of these ideas and issues I'm seeing in memes on Facebook. I'm sure I'd see them in other social media places, but Facebook's the only one I've got. Like booing up and new ways of making money online, all that stuff. So I feel like, squirrel, I feel like this Page of Swords has seen some kind of online information about the coming of this wonderful King of Cups. He's guarded for good reason, but boy does he love deeply. And that's beautiful energy. I feel like this is, I just got a visual, and I'm going to try to describe this as tastefully as I can. Gentlemen in the streets, animal in the sheets. That's what I heard. Huh, that's not what I heard, but that's how I'm going to say it. Gentlemen in the streets, animal in the sheets. That's what the King of Cups energy is giving to me right now. So let's go on to Uranus in Taurus. We've got the King of Swords. Please elaborate. No, that's too many, and I haven't even finished asking. Clarify the King of Swords. See what I mean about Venus being dramatic? That's me right now. Quadruple Libra. Please clarify the King of Swords. Thank you. Please clarify the King of Swords. Uranus and Taurus. We've got the Queen of Wands. Ooh. So, Queen of Wands, right away to me says Cersei Lannister. Okay? Powerful, beautiful, smart, but reckless. Stubborn. Sometimes closed-minded. That's what I get. Every reader's going to read it differently. Some people read the Queen of Wands as like the Uber mom. You know, like she's got everything in order and she's dynamic and she, you know, bake sales and PTA and soccer practice and dinner's fresh and laundry's done and work is 8-hour shifts and she doesn't stop. She's a freaking tornado, you know? On top of this King of Swords, that's dynamic energy. But she can be reckless too. These two are going to have fun together. That's what I'm thinking. We've got a fiery queen and an air sign king. King of Swords is an Aquarius. Queen of Wands is, so this would be the older of the signs. This is Sagittarius energy. Doesn't have to be straight Sagittarius. She could be a Leo. She could be Aries. Or she could have that prominent in her chart. I hope that King of Swords is listening. Like I have Leo moon and strong Sagittarius. So this, I mean, I could be resonating in the fiery energy this cycle, you know. This Queen of Wands is, she's going to drive him crazy. Because he's an intellectual. And she's trying to bring out the freak in the sheets in him. You know? But like if he's in his King of Cups energy where he's very close-lipped about things, he's very reserved and very proper. But he loves very deeply. And with this Mercury in Scorpio, there might be some not miscommunication, there might be some resistance to pull out the animal in this king because he's concerned about being proper. But she wants him fiery. So, King of Swords, Mr. Aquarius here, you've got a queen that's on fire. So what are you going to do? You know? Air and fire energy together is just a whirlwind waiting to happen. Think of those fire tornadoes, right? That happen during forest fires because the air sucks up so quickly that the fire starts spinning like a tornado. That's what I feel like this is. It's like she is on fire and because this is a smooth talker. He's a smooth talker. So it's like he's whipping her up into a frenzy. Go for it, you guys. Oh my God. Set fire to that bed. Oof. Ooh la la. Um, Now we have Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces. This is deep intuition, deep psychic abilities, and there's an ending to a painful cycle. This is, I think, the ending to shadow work, and we've got the Seven of Swords. This is the getting out of Dodge card. In the Rider Waite, this person is holding 5 swords. There's 2 on the ground. He's making a break for it. But in the Rider Waite, he's looking behind him, and you can see circus tents. So that always says to me, not my circus, not my monkeys, not my problem. I'm getting out. Right? And that's kind of what we had here. Oh, shit. Did I not? How did I miss that? Oh, damn. Oh, that's right. Oh, I went this way. Okay, so I gotta go back that way when we come back around. So, yeah, this is my... Look up the song, Fuck This Shit, I'm Out. I sang it like 3 times in this reading already. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Do the 10-hour loop. That's always a good one. So, it's like, if this is an ending to the shadow work cycle, which I think it is, you are taking all the knowledge that you can carry, you're leaving behind what you don't need, and you're moving on to other things. So right after the 5 of Swords, or this is the 7 of Swords, right before this was the 6 of Swords, that's moving on to calmer waters. The 8 of Swords after this is just being in your head about it. So we don't have to worry about that. The feeling with the 7 of Swords, though, is often a feeling of deception. Like somebody's moving on without telling anybody behind them. I mean, so sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes if you give these people years and years to, like, I'm going through some shit, can you please do something a different way? And they don't want to do it, then you're like, fuck this, I'm out. You know why? Because I'm a damn Empress now. Okay, so let's clarify this heartbreak under Pluto and Capricorn. I just feel like this is butthurt about change. You know what I mean? Oh, this could be lost too. Oh, yeah, we've got the 4 of Swords. So, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, at least this is a progression. This is no longer in pain. This is now healing from the pain. We can see the progression here is 3 of Swords stuck in the heart. These are thoughts and information, something we learned, maybe caused some pain. This is the 4 of Swords. We've retired the pain, put them up top, and now we're resting. We've got to recoup. You know, it's like this was too much. I need a nap. And while we're sleeping, we've got the Ace of Swords next to us. This is the sword we will use to find the truth, but we need to recover from it first. Okay. We're gonna come up here and finish this row that I missed up top. So the High Priestess, please clarify the High Priestess. What is this psychic feminine keeping to herself? What is the High Priestess, please? Oh, the 4 of Wands. Really, High Priestess. Interesting. You know what she's keeping to herself is that's what she wants. She might not be saying it, but she's trying to figure out every means necessary to make a beautiful foundation for the future. This is the 1111 card. I don't usually give it that much weight, the twin flame 1111 stuff. It's 4 to me. It's 4. It's stability. It's starting new foundations. See, these 4 pillars are it represents the 4 corners of a home that is yet to be built. Right now it's just what do they call that? The structure that you get married under. I'm not sure what that word is, but that's what it represents to me. Someone has marriage and family on their mind, but they're not talking about it yet. That's what the High Priestess, she keeps that information to herself for now, because she's still trying to learn. I heard the pitfalls, if there are any pitfalls there. Okay? But that's what's on her mind. That's what she's keeping close to her chest, is that she wants the stability of a home. No, she wants the stability of a partnership. I sometimes want to give the High Priestess to Libra, because I feel like she is a higher vibration of the Queen of Swords. I'm not sure what they do give her, what the High Priestess is. If anybody knows, put that in the comments, please. What sign do they assign to the High Priestess? Pisces? No. Let me know. I give it to Libra, but it doesn't necessarily have to be just Libra. But whatever, I'm going to use Libra for just this example, this intuitive Libra. This is like the Empress energy, but in the 5D for me. She's Empress level, but she's more concerned with spiritual matters than 3D matters. This Libra-ish High Priestess is not saying anything about possibly wanting to work towards a new partnership with someone. That's what I'm getting from this. Let's see. Can we clarify Venus here with the 8 of Cups, walking away? What is being walked away from? What are we walking away from? The 9 of Pentacles. Damn. Oh, this could be what we're walking towards. So, somebody has left behind an emotion, a love situation, because the cups are always cups of love and emotion and emotional fulfillment. Somebody was not emotionally fulfilled, so they walked away, and I think they're walking towards being an independent 9 of Pentacles Empress in training. That's what the 9 of Pentacles is. She's like the baby Empress. She's not she might not be fully like you can tell the Empress is pregnant and everything is beautiful. It's Venus, so this is Libra and Taurus, because Venus rules those two signs. This is the Empress proper, and this is like the Empress doing day work. Like, you see, she's kind of in her work. I mean, you could look at this dress as like not as elaborate as the Empress, because this is like when she's done working and she's just chilling in her snuggie and watching TV and, you know, being on her throne about it. But this is like her doing her work during the day, you know, tending to her garden, tending to her animals, making sure her pentacles are growing. And that's what I think she walked away from something that was not emotionally fulfilling, and now she's like, now look at me now. Let me listen real quick. I am emancipated, I heard. I'm not an Empress yet. Oh, I can't say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not an Empress. See, when I say stuff like that I don't want to say what they're telling me to say, they shut it off real quick. They're like, fine, then you can't hear anything for a minute. It's like, damn it. Let me listen. Basically, it's she walked away from something that was not emotionally fulfilling in order to become her own Nine of Pentacles. She's working for herself, for her animals in her home. Oh, look at that. I never noticed that. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see this properly. I don't think this is in the Rider-Waite deck. I only noticed it in this deck. So you see the Four of Wands here is a structure that has been erected in order to begin a new like family situation, home situation, right? Well, look at what's behind her here. The structure behind her is a four-pillared structure that she's maintaining in her garden. Oh, look at the butterfly. That's a shout out to someone. A butterfly. This four structured is her version of the foundation she's trying to build on her own terms. That's beautiful energy. So we're going to end up clarifying the Four of Pentacles. What is being held onto? Preserved. What is this in the background? It's like a whole city in the background. He's got his back turned to it and he's hanging on to his pentacles. He looks like Ramsay Bolton. If anybody watched Game of Thrones, I don't like the face, this guy's face. He's being greedy. Well, not greedy. There's two ways to read this. Okay? He can be like a greedy miser, like you're not getting any of my shit. Or he could be, I'm just starting over. I'm just starting out. I don't have much. I only have 4. So I need to preserve and conserve and be very smart with these. That's what I feel like. So can we please clarify the Four of Pentacles? What is this king being miserly about? The Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Five of Swords twice? Well, this is Five of Wands. Okay. This is Seven of Swords. Five of Swords is winning, but at what cost? So somebody, I feel like, is going to be holding back too much. You hold back too much, and then you might lose something, you know? This is conflict, but you won. I mean, sure. But you laid waste on your way, you know? So I feel like if somebody doesn't say what they need, you're going to lose out on possibly getting what you need. And then you might have to steal it or get it through some other means. I feel like this is arguing. I need this, so I gotta hang on to it. Well, I need it too, so I'm gonna steal it. You know what I mean? But again, with swords, this is thoughts. So this could be words that are thrown out hastily. You win the argument, but you hurt the person that you were arguing with. And if it's someone you love, you probably didn't want to do that. So remember we had the moon in Gemini here? Actually, this is Mars in Scorpio energy. But I feel like this is playing into the moon in Scorpio or moon in Gemini. Remember I said choose your words. Don't fly off the handle. Don't tell anybody to go fuck themselves. I feel like if you're too hasty about somebody, so it's like somebody's being reserved with stuff and somebody's not happy about it. So they're going to start a fight about it. But that could cause more damage in the long run than just being patient and watching your mouth for a minute. I mean, I hate saying that because, like, fuck you, I won't do what you told me, right? I mean, that kind of energy is like, well, why am I being restricted like this? It's because your words, your actions, your thoughts and deeds have consequences. So even though if this king is being reserved right now, don't make him feel like shit about it, you know? And again, king, queen, masculine, feminine, don't get hung up on gender. Gender ain't shit. It's the energy, okay? So if this is a continual story, let's read it that way. In fact, I'm going to take a pause. So now that we've got this second layer, I'm going to take a pause and try to listen to how they want me to explain this story. Okay? I will be right back. Okay, I took a little bit longer of a break this time. I went out, cleared my head, and had a cigarette and everything. And I really like how this story has played out. So we started off with the Empress, just the sun energy, and so this is talking about what the feminine is going to be going through. Now, please remember, again, I say feminine because it's the feminine energy. This actually could very well be a man. Male or female, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay? Somebody is in their Empress energy, which is making a life for themselves. Okay? Or using their own energy to improve their situation. Growth, it's abundance, but it's abundance that you've earned for you. Okay, so we start out with this Empress energy, and it's like her level up created conflict. Okay, really, you want me to read it like that instead? No, I'm gonna read it the regular way. So in the center we have the sun and the moon. All right. And we'll start here. The feminine had a come up. Okay, she leveled up. Blue, 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 like touching the mushroom in Mario. She leveled up. She's her own woman. And that caused conflict, as strong women often do. But like she had a strong friend group, the tribe, Hi Ravens, thank you, which helped her in her work. And that is definitely true. So she had a new opportunity to make money, I believe, and she went after it with passion. So that's the Knight of Cups, goes after what he wants with passion. So this is something she was passionate about, and it might help her or him, help them, I'll just say them, to level up again. Okay? See, I keep reading. I'm not used to this spread, even though I made it. This is the first time I'm doing it. So, and now I have to read it a little bit differently because I made a mistake. Empress coming up caused conflict. Friends helped her work through it. What she really wanted that she kept to herself was working towards the foundation of a new partnership, because she's walked away from something that was not fulfilling in order to become the Empress. She's like almost like starting over, okay? And because she's starting over and all these pentacles were built by her, for her, through her own hard work, she is, of course, going to be protective over it. All right? And she's probably thinking that other people are looking at her like, sure, she's her own empress, but look at what she walked away from. She won, but at what cost? That's what this card means. Winning, but at what cost? So even maybe she might even feel like that about it, or this person might, whoever in the collective I'm resonating with, you may feel like, I leveled up and won, but at what cost? So I gotta keep this close to the chest. So then we come down here. Is that how I did it? Down like this? Okay. So then, because she is keeping things close, she is going to go towards any new opportunity that she sees with passion. Okay? And then somebody, a sweet King of Cups perhaps, is watching her level up. And he's keeping it to himself too. That he sees the queen coming up. So I feel like he is seen something, like this is the spy. So this is seeing something, and the King of Cups keeps it quiet to himself. And I believe he sees her in this evolved form, and he's come forward as the King of Swords now with truth. And she is the fiery Queen of Wands. And they're like, let's partner up. Let's do this. I saw you. I saw how you did all this by yourself. And now that you have some time, I'd like to come forward. And she's like, bring it. But this might burn a little. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for this to be passionate? I heard unhinged. Oh my. I just want to say, because I feel like I feel in a playful mood, and I actually just, during my break, went over to listen to Dharma Jane. She was live while I was on my break. So I went over to listen to hers for a minute. And if you guys want to, after you listen to this, go over and listen to the one that Dharma did tonight, the latest one. If I were to describe myself as resonating in the Queen of Wands energy, with her being on top of this King of Swords, I can definitely feel those feels. Wish I was on top of the King of Swords right now. But I digress. I don't know what's going on. I think it's that Scorpio energy. It's making me all Twitter-pated. Finally, we have come to the end of a brutal cycle. I believe this could be the feminine energy here. Because, I mean, we started out with the Empress, and we've got the High Priestess. It's almost like this is the story of what this feminine Empress has gone through in this cycle. Or what she may be going to be going through in this lunar cycle, because this is, I mean, we are doing this for the next month. You know, I had to pause because somebody was at the door. Where did I leave off? Okay, Page of Swords. I see you. I'm coming forward. Good, come forward because I'm hot for you. And the ending of the painful cycle. Seven of Swords is, I'm getting out of here with what I can. And this, I believe, because this, I feel like these two are related here. I hope this isn't the king that does this. Okay, I I don't want this to be this way, but I will say it because someone in the collective may need to hear this, okay? Now, okay, I'll just say it. In some instances, this King of Swords might be coming through just like a good time Charlie, and then heading out, because this Seven of Swords is taking what you can and run. You know what I mean? I hate that it would be that negative, and from this could be like this Ten of Swords. It causes this painful ending. From the painful ending, there would be heartbreak, of course, and then a rest period. A rest period, like recovering from it, or you know. Can't say that. I also saw something else that's kind of naughty. So I feel like this king comes through, gets what he wants, pieces out, and then she's just laying there trying to recover. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that because this could get naughtier, and I don't wanna. So that's the what did I call this? I called it the current collective astrology spread. So this is the positions of the planets where they are now, and the energy that we are working with the planets where they are now. If that makes sense. Leave me feedback. I need it. I love it. I want it. I hope this resonated with someone. I hope it was useful. I hope it made sense. If I did resonate with you and you'd like to help a little witch, you can drop something on my Venmo, Arkytior46. That would be great. I'm greatly appreciative of anything and everything that may or may not end up in my Venmo. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to come back in a little bit and do a just regular collective read, not an astrology read. That's when we're going to do the fairies and the gilded and the tarot, the divine, like regular, okay? So I'll be back in a couple hours because that's how long it takes. And thank you for sitting with me through this new spread that I have. There's going to be some tweaks to it, but I really like it, and I will revisit this one again. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Always remember your safe word.